Hello everyone, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. Just before starting recording just now, I was replying to comments on my first video about how the progress trackers work. And so I was looking back at my first video and I was getting confused about the numbers changing on here. And what I've determined from looking at that is that the numbers weren't going up, although, I mean, they were in a sense, but like there was like an initial tier that was like, maybe it's bronze? I don't know. Was there a bronze status? Hold on, let's look at this one. It's not really bronze, it's just like stone, I guess. There's like stone and then silver and then gold. But it confusingly hides the first tier, so you can't see that anymore. So it looks like the numbers have gone up, which I think is not great. That's the source of that confusion. I believe. I think that's what's going on, because I think it said something out of 6 first. So it was 6 for the first goal, then 9, then 10. And then this plus thing that I've seen over here is different. There's like another thing going on, which I don't understand. There's a +2, which maybe like there's no tier after that. So anything you do beyond the 33 counts as just plus. But then that's confusing. Why not? Because now I don't know what the total is. Is it 35 or is there more? Or are there more? In fact, there's one down there. I've just found one, so I guess there are more. Is there going to be some point in which it tells me what the totals actually are? But then what's the point of the tiered completions if there's also just like more? I don't get it. I don't get it. I do remember that when I clicked on this one, it said it was like specifically optional, but haven't they all been optional effectively? Other than like I have to complete the window. I don't know. So that's my current confusion. Maybe when we get to another area, I can like have a think about what's going on, because the way I've just been going through it so far, I have not understood clearly. Should we do this since I've noticed it? Sure. Back to this mechanic. Okay, so you two are joined. You have to go that way or that way. Oh, so we've got multiple of those. Okay, got it. Understood. So these are all pairs. Are they all different pairs? No, some of them are the same. How many regions are we going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but these are not the different regions. Okay, so you may be part of that, but you may not be part of that. This has to go this way. This can't be part of this. You're going to need a red. But it could be from one of the others. You're going to need a red. Where can I go from here? Well, you two have both got yellow, so this yellow must come out. Okay, you've also both got red, but it doesn't mean that this necessarily picks up that red. But this does mean this goes this way. Okay. Do we just have 4 colors here? I think it's... No, was it just 3? Yellow, red, blue. There's no green. It's just 3. Okay. Right, okay, so that changes things. So I'm basically just trying to get this to reach a blue and this to reach a blue and this to reach both a red and a blue, this to reach a red. Right, so that's going to help me think about it. So that makes me think that this probably just goes straight to this red. Although, no, it's feasible that it could go up there. It is feasible indeed. In fact, since this needs a red, wait, hold on. No, but we've got more than 6 regions right now. So, yeah, okay. Okay. But I do think thinking about like, what do you need? You need a yellow, which could be that yellow. It could be that yellow. Who else needs a yellow? You need a yellow. So this and this need yellows. Well, then if this goes here, then this can't get to that yellow. So this is coming to this yellow. Right? Right. It can't join to any other group that has a yellow in it. Yeah, so you are coming to this for sure. But if we go across here, then you can't get your blue, so you're going around the back of this. And coming down this way probably, and you're going to get this blue, I presume. And this has to go up because it's not getting that red. So I think this is going, yeah, this is going like this. This is probably coming down here. I mean, I think it would be ambiguous if it didn't. Like, if it were possible for this to go out here, then it would be ambiguous whether green goes here and yellow goes here, but then that's using uniqueness as a tool for solving the puzzle, which I shouldn't do. This doesn't need red, so it's going this way. I do know these are connecting though, and I know they're connecting like this, but I can't do it yet. Okay, so you need a blue, which is clearly going to be that blue now. It's the only blue you could get. But exactly how you get there, I don't know yet. I almost wish I could do, like, if I could like pick a color, if I could like select this color and then draw it here, and know that like it's going to match, so I know those are the same region. That would be really nice, actually. Like, I know you can choose a color, but you actually get a different color, you get a different shade. Choose color, change input mode, paint bucket. Yeah, I need like a pickup, like a color picker thing. You're going to that. Well, you can't go around that way, so you have to be coming around this way to get to this red. Right. Wait, hold on. Why do you need to get that red? You could get that red. Who else needs a red? You need a red. Right, okay, so that's more important is the... But actually right now... Okay, so if you were to get this red, you can't go around the back of this blue, so you cut off that blue from this. So you are not getting this red. You're getting that red for sure. So then you are coming around the back of this blue to get this red. And then this has to come down this way. This is coming this way. Oh, look how it's going to end up resolving here, like this. You've got that red. Then this comes out further this way. You're going for that blue. Yeah, okay, we're done. Neat. Okay. Is that the only one I was missing there? I guess this is now going to say +3. It is. So I hope there is a counter at some point that actually tells you how many you're missing and where they are. So I don't just want to scale the whole map looking for them. I see you there. Are you for this zone? Yes, I think so. Oh, so there's no given shapes. That's cute. Okay, so but we know that you're that and you're that. Because that has to be different, so it has to be filled in like that. And then this has to be different to both of them, so it has to be at least like 3 long or a corner or something. So it has to be at least 3 pieces, basically. That's cute. But whatever is here has to be the same as over here. Okay, interesting. And whatever goes here has to be the same as that. So in fact, if I do... I can't do 2 that goes that way, but if I do 3 that goes that way, I can't. And I also can't do 3 that goes this way. So in fact, I think this has to be an L shape in this direction. Yeah, I think I see it. So an L shape like that. You're also an L shape like this. Then you're a single, you're a single, you're a single. Neat. Okie dokie. You have to look at from every angle to find these little hidden puzzles. You're not a hidden puzzle, but there's that. Are you a puzzle? Do puzzles get unlocked? There were puzzles in the first area that I think weren't clickable until something. Yeah, you're not currently active. Why? Do I have to get to the 21? Let's see what happens when we get to 21. Do either of these 2 become active? I thought that was a puzzle, but it's not. We could do along here though. 2, 1, 2. I guess I'll do the lower down one first. Okay, so squares increasing in size. So you have to be that. This is going to have to be the bigger one, right? Yeah, like that, which means that's that. And then these have to be singles. This has to be a single. But then this has to be 2 by 2. What can I do next? This can't be single, so either 2 by 2 or big. But if it's big, then it's not different to that, so it's a 2 by 2. Single, single, single. Can't be double, so it has to be big. Single, single, single. Hey. 2 up here. 2, 3, 3. Okay. There's no singles here, so this is going to have to be a 3 like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, did not mean to do that. There we go. Could be just 2 here, could not be 2. What else can we do? Oh, sorry. That means same. Yes, okay. So this has to be 3, so it has to be like that. Right. I'm definitely going to get these symbols the wrong way around every now and then. It does say down here, but it's kind of easy to forget. So this has to be a 2, and that's the same. This could be a 3, but then this would be by itself. So this needs something coming out of it, so it's going to have to be this, right? Then we need the same here. Well, this needs something coming out of it. And it's going to have to be that. So that's going to be that. Then what have we got? Well, then these 3s can't go this way, so they're going like this. And we're done. Hooray. Cool. So these are all different to each other. So it's increasingly longer L's. Okay. Right, I think I sort of see how this is going to go. Because if one of these sticks out, then the other one has to stick out further. Oh, but they can be mirrored. But we can't have one going that way. So this one is going to have to stick out to wrap around this one. It's going to have to stick out to wrap around that one. It's going to be like that, right? I think that's the only way that works. Yeah, because they can't stick out to the left because they would block each other. And then you must come at least to there. So you're done. You're done. You're done. Oh, it has to be different. So it has to go at least further than that. It could go even further. I guess we can then work down here as well. So these have to be the same as each other. Interesting. Also concerning. So this can't go to the left, so it has to go up further. If it goes to the left now, this would have to go like that, and that could go that way, and that does work. If it goes even further, then it doesn't work. Okay, so that's how that goes. Like that. And then what have we got going on for the rest of this? This could extend, but then we can't do the rest. So no, it's this, then that. There we go. Cool. Where are we at? So 3 more to hit that thing. Gotta keep an eye out for it. There's a 3 here. So you're that. Okay, so no specific shapes. So whatever's here is either going to be that, or that, or that, or that. But clearly the connection between this and this is going to be relevant, the delta here and the Gemini here. It's weird to have mixed like symbolism. Delta and Gemini. I mean, is this the Gemini symbol? I don't know my, whatever you call them. This is a delta, so that's fine. Okay, so whatever does go here, though, has to be the same shape as what's here. So let's say we do that, and then we stick that out there. Well, then that isn't good enough because then a single would have to go there, and that would be the same. So it has to at least go further. So, yes, but it doesn't necessarily have to go 3 like that. So in fact, we need a shape that can go into there. That's actually very interesting. Whatever shape we draw here needs to be able to go into, like, basically fit in this. That is like necessary. Oh, that's cute. Okay. So how do I make that shape? Especially given that it's got this. I thought I saw it for a second. So these have to be equal size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, that doesn't make sense. They can't be equal size. Oh, no, it doesn't have to be because there can be a hole. There can be like an extra thing. Okay. I think I see it. I think we want this, that. Oh, sorry, that. That's a cool idea for a puzzle. Now here. So it's going to have similar things going on, I think. So this has to be different, so it has to at least go like that. And this has to at least go like that, but these have to be different from each other. Right now they're the same. And whatever shape this is has to go over here as well. In which case, it can't extend down this way and it can't extend that way. So that is it, I think. So then this must be different to both of these, so it has to continue this way. Does it go another step further? I think it does. It becomes an L shape, and then an L shape along here, and then you by yourself. Yep. Okay, 2, and then a square with a hole in it. I see lots of holes that would be handy for that to go around. But we clearly start here, don't we? Because 2's could basically just go everywhere. So whatever's on this side and this side have to be the same. Right, so there has to be a bit, so the delta here is more useful, I think. There has to be a big square on one side of this delta or the other. It could go here, could go here. I'm not sure, no, it could go on that side as well. But only in that position on that side. Is that useful somehow? On this side it could go in 2 positions. Oh wait, but we can't fill in the middle, that's the thing, that's cute. So we can't have squares, we can't have the big open square with a hole in the middle. It has to, they have to go around the holes in the grid. Okay, so it definitely goes there. That's neat. So then we know this is a 2 over here. So we know this is 2. 2. This could be a hole, but if it is a hole, then nothing can go here, so it isn't a hole. And this isn't a square. It can't be, no. So there's a 2 over here as well. So this must go like this, 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 this. I wonder if there's even going to be another square, because in fact there can't be one there. Because that sticks out. Yeah, this might all just come together like this. That's like that. That's like that. Yeah, in fact, we know there isn't another square now. It's just all this. Cute. Okay, that unlocks those puzzles. It'd be nice if there's some way of knowing like what's unlocked by what, though. Maybe that is actually. There's a slightly different color. Ah. I've never zoomed in this far. Didn't even realize I could. Wait. Were these? I came in this way and I did these already, right? Did I skip ahead? But these are also that color. Were these not unlocked? I wish there was something that like made that clear. I don't get how the unlocking's working. These must have been locked, but it feels odd because they're on the path into this place. So I'm unsure. 3 and 3. Well, you have to be that. Which means there's an L shape over here somewhere. You have to be that. You have to be that. You have to be that now. You have to be that. You're clearly going to have to be like that. Over here, you're going to be like that. You are going to have to be like this. And then the rest of it. And then the rest of it. So this has to be a 3, so it's like that. This has to be a 3. Okay, you can split them back up again. Oh, that was it. Neat. I do like that you can see it afterwards. Surely it needs to go into the window though. 3 in L shape. 3 in L shape. So this is obviously part of an L shape. Which does mean, like, it's interesting, I can know that and then just know there's a 3 over here. That's kind of cute. Ah, I was trying to drag it around for some reason, even though I can see the whole thing. I guess because you can drag around the world map. This could be an L shape, could be a 3. Well, it can't go like that. It could go like that. Could go like that. So there are 2 ways that could go still. Maybe I'm supposed to start somewhere else. In this space, this can't be part of a 3, right? It indeed cannot. So similar thing. This is an L shape. So therefore, this is an L shape over here. So it's not a 3 going to there. So it's that. This has to be an L shape. That has to be an L shape. Cute. That's a 3. Now what? So this is a 3. That's that L shape. Neat. Somehow this gets filled in. This has to be a 3 and that has to be a 3. It could be just 1 3 like that. In fact, when I just do 3s like that, is that how it ends? Does it not work the other ways? It's wild if so. Like if this went across, then that has to be a 3. That has to be a 3. Oh, sorry. That I'm mixing up my symbols again. Or I'm mixing up. I guess I didn't recognize that this is a long one, so this has to be an L shape, right? But this has to be a 3, so it can't go upwards. It has to be like this. Okay, then you're an L shape like that. This is going to have to be this. It's going to have to be this. There we go. Same set of shapes. Oh, maybe even the same layout to a previous one I did. It's feeling familiar, at least. But I think with like Gemini swap for Delta, Delta swap for Gemini. It's the same, so it has to be that. This has to be this. This has to be this. This can be the 3. It has to be the 3. This has to be the 3. That means that has to go that way. That means that has to be a 3. That has to be a 3. It's looking very much like it's going to be 3 3s. Yep. So was that the same layout as that? But with the symbols swapped over. That's cool. I think it is, right? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. It is. Maybe there's some walls that are different, but I think it is the same. And it's like, that might not seem like much, but designing a puzzle that has a unique solution with the symbols swapped over is kind of wild. Okay, so now we've got this. Like, how are we doing in terms of... So there is now there's a gold thing, but are there gold? But those look gold, not silver. Is that because they contribute to the gold tier? Maybe. And then is there a difference for the plus ones? Like, do they look different somehow? Are they the hidden ones? Are those pluses? Were you a plus? I don't think so, because I didn't get a plus. Is there another? There's you. You look like the other ones. Do they only show up as pluses when you get to the 33? I don't know. It seems like a slightly overcomplicated tier system or completion system. That's a 7. There's a 7 there, folks. We'll do that after these, I guess. This is 3. It's helpful to use colors or notes to mark which shape occupies a cell. What? Am I not doing that all the time? You're just saying, okay, like you could note it down as being this particular color. Well, this is this. Right, I see why you're saying it for this one, because we know like this is going to be a bunch of different things like this. And we okay, yeah, I get why you're saying it, because I probably can't figure out any of this stuff, but it's going to lead to being able to figure out this one. So that's that. This is the L. This is that. This is L. This is that. This is L. This is that. This is L. Right. Yeah. So it has to go that way. I get why you're telling me. And that goes that way. This has to be an L. This could be that. This is an L in some direction. Where can I go next? Well, if it can't be an L this way because it would block that off. So it's an L this way. This is then that, which means that is that. This is an L. It has to be like this. I changed it to be that color. I don't want it to be that color. And then this is an L going that way. Cute. Very cute. We can get rid of those notes now. So this is 2 2s. And this is, yeah, 3 2s. Neat. So this is going to be variations on that, right? Another 3. Yeah, I see the cascade happening here. Okay, we've got the elongated S shape. There's probably a better name for that. This comes out this way, for sure. But then, is it just an L, or is it an elongated shape? Well, this has to be a different shape. And I don't think I can fit an elongated shape in here at all because of this wall. So no, this is the elongated one. And then this is this. And then this is elongated, which I think can only go like that. And then that could be elongated, but it can't be because it would leave this space like that. So it's one of these. And this can only be an L shape as well, I think. Yes. Yes. You come out there. Are you an L shape? Do you go that way? You're probably going to go that way, but let's think about it bit by bit. This could be an L shape, but it would leave this empty. So I think this has to be a small L shape. Is that true? I think that's true. Yeah, that's true. That means this is an elongated L shape. That's interesting. I think the only way that can work is going like that. Yeah, and that works out nicely. I think. Ooh, I've forgotten about you. But hopefully it works out nice. What does this music sound exactly like? A melody a second ago. So this is... uh-oh. Do I have a problem here? Delta, delta. I totally have a problem here. Yes, I have a problem. I've made a mistake somewhere. Go back a bit. I think everything up to here was fine. This has to be an elongated shape. I think it can only... I was probably not factoring this in at some points, maybe. The only way I can make that shape is like that. But that means these are 2 L shapes, which I don't love because... I'm pretty sure that's going to go to there. And that's going to do that. But then that means... Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay, I've just seen another way that L shape can work. Got it. That's what I'm missing, so that can go there. And then this is that. That is that. And that is that. Cool. Should we do this now? No, we'll save it for next time. All right, I'll see you next time. I found a a 5, a 7, 3. Okay. Oh, there's one back there as well. 4. Any others? I guess that is part of the sum. That's a 3. So again, how's this working? I've got 7 more to do. And who knows if the pluses will start showing up at some point. But all right, okay, I'll see you next time, folks, and we'll keep going. Of course. Goodbye.